Good morning, it's Megan from Hipstitch Academy, and we've got a video coming up of the zipper pouch. I've probably taught, hundreds of people how to make this bag in private lessons and classes, and thought I would make a little video of my hands putting it together. So that's what's coming up. Hope you're all doing well and happy sewing. All right, we've got a zipper. We've got two outside pieces, roughly the length of the zipper, and we have two linings. This is actually two pieces of fabric. So the first step is we're gonna lay that zipper right side down onto the top of one of your outside pieces. I'm gonna pin it on there, and I'm like kind of slanting my pins, putting them at a diagonal so the teeth don't get in the way, and I'm gonna sew it. You'll notice I'm not even going to use a zipper foot. All I'm going to do is move my needle all the way to the left hand position on your machine. You can kind of get away with no zipper foot if you can change your needle position for the most part, unless you're doing an invisible zipper, and we don't recommend doing an invisible zipper on a zipper pouch. So here I am sewing it. My presser foot is right up against those teeth, and I've sewed it to the top of the first outside piece. Now I'm going to sew the other side of the zipper to the top of the other outside piece. So basically it's lining up. And pay attention to this. Make sure that the zipper fabric, the tote pouch fabric, I guess I should say, is peeking out just above that zipper. Then you know you are definitely hitting it. If your zipper covers up that fabric, it can get confusing as to whether or not you're lined up correctly. So I've sewed that on exactly the same way, and even where the zipper pull is, I had no problem getting around that. All right, next up, let's take a look at what this looks like. So now my zipper's on there. Now here's where it gets a little confusing. You've got a lining fabric, and that's going to go right side down onto the wrong side of the zipper. So basically the zipper is sandwiched in between the outside and the lining, okay? And you're gonna follow that same line of stitching from when you sewed it to the outside piece. So pin it on there the same way. You'll feel the zipper teeth up against the edge of the presser foot and sew that on. Now you've got the last piece of lining to deal with. Put that down right side, face down, and on the other side of the zipper, the side of the zipper that doesn't have a lining currently attached. And again, the zipper is sandwiched in between the right side of the outside fabric and the right side of the lining. Sew that on. So now you've got your zipper in there. We don't see any raw edges. Next, take your two outside pieces and pin them together so right sides are touching, and pin along that edge, the edge I'm pinning here. Now you're going to pin along the side that the zipper pull is not on. And I always pin the zipper teeth so they're facing towards the side of the outside fabric. And then you have to pin the linings together as well. I'm making sure that everything lines up. Now, on this zipper pull side, you're pinning the same thing, but you want to, again, make sure that the teeth are facing towards the outside fabric. All right, so basically I've got this rectangle, three sides are pinned. I am not going to sew the bottom of the lining. And I'm taking a pretty big seam allowance, although I'm gonna cheat here in a second because my zipper teeth are extended pretty far, so I'm actually gonna sew towards the edge of the fabric, still staying on it, but avoiding those metal zipper teeth. If you have plastic zipper teeth, you can sew right over them without a problem. I, of course, chose to use a zipper that has metal teeth, so you have to really avoid that. All right, sewing down the side, sewing across the bottom of the outside, and again, the other side. Avoid the zipper teeth. Don't hit those, you will break a needle. If it's metal, it's plastic, sew right through that baby. All right. Now everything is sewn except the bottom of the lining. I'm gonna reach in, open the zipper. The rest of the way it's awkward because you have to do it like upside down. And then push the outside bag fabric out. And then you've got your lining kind of sticking out of it. This last raw edge needs to be tucked in and pinned together. And you're just gonna top stitch that right along the edge that I'm pinning. No raw edges because they're all tucked inside. 1/2 inch seam allowance will work just great. And sew across. And if you want more instructions on how to do this, just download my pattern and tutorial below. I've got all the steps laid out in lovely photographs, but hopefully this video has helped you get this concept down. Now that you've sewn it, tuck it back inside, really push it down in there.